What's up, y'all? What's happening? This your boy Coach Marshall coming to you tonight from the More Than the Coach podcast. I got a special guest that's gonna be on with me tonight. A lot of y'all see him on the screen. You know who he is by his face. You see the shirt, you see the logo. So stay tuned because I'm gonna be right with him. But first, I got to give a special thanks to all my sponsors tonight. We got to start with not the Mr. and Mrs. Marshall podcast. There I go again. Always hitting them buttons. But to the Ball with Multimedia Group. If you need them recordings, videos done, make sure y'all reach out to Reg Baldwin. Reg take care of his business, always got me right, and he can get you tight. Also, got to give a shout out to JKG Apparel and Design. He build what you believe in locally right here from the SAG 989-980-4838. Y'all make sure y'all give Greg a shout out. Now, here you go. This is one. My wife, beautifully just being me, hair, beard, oil, facial creams, and everything else you need to take care of your body and look good. So, y'all make sure y'all hit her up on Facebook and all her social media platforms. And to my brothers at Live Ways, a live connection, endless possibilities. Thank y'all for supporting the More Than the Coach podcast. And always, y'all check out their app, Black owned, doing their thing, y'all. So tonight, y'all, with no further delay, as y'all see, I got the man, the legend himself, Mr. Desmond Ferguson in the building. Des, can you hear me?
Yep, I hear you, man. What's good, bro? How you doing?
All right. Man, I'm doing good tonight, man. So, man, I'm going to tell everybody, you graduated from Lansing Everett High School. I always say the home of Magic Johnson and Des Ferguson, because that's
There
where
you
you
go.
from. There he is. That's once again, y'all. He played college ball at Missouri University for a minute. Then he transferred to Detroit Mercy. Also had a stint in the NBA with the Portland Trail Blazers, played overseas. And also, was it this year you was inducted to the Greater Lansing Sports Hall of Fame?
Yep. Back in August, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's big. Congratulations. And Dez
Appreciate
is
that.
also a big family man. He's a husband, a father to his son, Deuce. I always see where you see him, you see the little man. Right
Yes,
now
sir.
we're doing a podcast, so we probably getting ready for school, which is a good thing. But once again, y'all, tonight I got the pleasure on the show to have Mr. Desmond Ferguson from the Moneyball Sportswear. So, Des, once again, my brother, thank you for joining me on the More Than the Coach podcast. How you been doing, bro?
Good, man. First of all, I appreciate you, having me on, man. When you hit me up about that, a little while back, I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
man, whenever we got the time, whenever you fit me in, I'm down, man. You always support the things I've done. Obviously seeing you from way back in the AAU circuit with FOH, and you always
Oh,
dedicate
yeah.
your time and energy to kids and being a coach. Being a former high school head coach myself, I know the responsibility that is. So I definitely had the utmost respect for, especially when you're doing it the football and varsity basketball. So
Man,
you've
for
always
real.
been a man of the kids and the youth. So yeah, as soon as you asked me, it was a no brainer.
Man, I appreciate that, brother. For real. I mean, like I said, I remember them AAU days we came. I bought all the kids. I was trying to find that picture. We sat in a little brick by that wall where you had the Moneyball logo hanging up and everybody signed it in a
Yeah,
little small
yeah,
building.
yeah.
Yeah, so I remember them days, man. But hey, it's a truly blessing to sit back and watch you grow from where you started, man, to man, worldwide right now. I mean, I see teams from all over wearing Moneyball. You know,
Yeah.
I think what you got soccer, baseball, of course, we know basketball and football, right?
Yep, everything. I mean, it's been 21 years for us. Started back in 2002. We obviously started, doing basketball uniforms because of, my background
Hmm.
and relationships within that. But, now we do all sports, soccer, football, baseball, volleyball, you name it. We do it.
Hmm. I don't know if you seen, I just flashed it on screen. My
Yeah.
latest ones from you, yes, sir.
Yes, I see that.
Love it. And I see my middle school finna get on touch bases and get some of them too. So
Yeah,
that's a good.
Coach Price, man. Met him
Hmm.
last when I came down to one of the games. Who was it? The high first. Was y'all?
Mm.
I think. No,
No,
I can't
I
remember. I can't
remember
remember.
that game you was there. It was a high game. I want to say it was against
Oh, Grand Blanc. Grand Blanc. Yeah, Grand
Grand
Blanc.
Blanc. Yep,
Yeah,
yep,
no,
Grand Blanc. I knew it was your front school.
yeah, he been locked
Oh
in.
yeah,
Definitely appreciate y'all support.
that's cool, man. So how many schools in our state that you got, if you know off top, wearing Moneyball?
Man, that's people always ask that question, and I
Hmm.
never had an answer. So I guess
Okay.
it's a thing that I can't count it on, one or two
Yeah.
hands. But for us, we started in the Detroit Public School League, doing Detroit
Mhm.
Finney. My brother, former teammate E.J. Harrelson, was a coach at Detroit Finney at the time. Then he went on,
Okay.
assistant coach at Wayne State for a number of years. Now he's the head coach at Schoolcraft College. But
Mm.
yeah, Finney was the first, and then from there we was able to do a lot of PSL teams, and then branch obviously in Lansing and throughout the state and beyond the state. But yeah, I don't know how many offhand.
Okay. I know it's a lot though, because everywhere I go, I see it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's a beautiful thing. And I also heard something, man, and I wanted to ask you, was it true? Did Kevin Garnett give you the nickname Moneyball?
Yeah, man, that team Michigan team is where Moneyball came from, man. And
Wow.
with my Saginaw brothers, T Robe and
Yep.
Poncho, we all played all class of '95. And
Okay.
I was from Lansing. We had the Detroit crew. We had obviously KG, who came up from Chicago. Him and Tractor Trailer, rest in peace, was really close and
Yes,
played in a
sir.
lot of All-Star games. So that's how that came about. But yeah, one particular game down in Solon, Ohio, we was playing down there, and every time I would shoot, I was shooting from deep, and KG would yell "money ball" while the ball's in the air, and that kind of became my nickname with the team. And fast forward, that's why I decided to name the business once I started business. But yeah, the Team Michigan, man, that's where if I never played on Team Michigan that year, '95, never had nickname Moneyball, and no telling if I had his business or it'd be some other name, no telling.
Wow, that's a blessing. And when I heard that on the old interview, I was like, what? Didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's cool, man. That's cool. Also, I want to congratulate you on your partnership with Michigan State. I see you got a big deal with them guys, man, and that's major there.
yeah, man. Getting some license deal is something that I've always wanted to do, but hadn't had any at the time. And we went through the process of getting an MSU license a couple of years ago, like 2021. It took about a
Mm.
year and a half. MSU was a tough university to get that license
Yeah.
from. We finally got it, and being right here in Lansing, close to East Lansing, and
Oh,
we're
yeah.
touring with the MSU guys, and this is the MSU territory, so it's good to be able to be able to license and sell that apparel.
That's cool, man. I mean, that was a big move. I mean, I like to say yourself, guys like you, that's started with the jerseys and everything else, man. I think you were the pioneer to a lot of these young, I want to say, entrepreneurs with their clothing line, and they
Yeah,
get it from guys like yourself, man, especially here in Michigan, because you showing them the blueprint from how you started from the bottom. Like I said, in that small building, I remember I forgot the street name, but I remember it was down the street from the old man. What was that hoop center down in Lansing?
uh, aim high or with
Was it Aim High? Yeah,
with
it might have been off the side of the highway.
club was down the street, but yeah, I was right on we was right on Pleasant Grove and Homes, south
That's
side.
it.
Yeah, that
Yep,
was
that's it.
the original location that well, we actually had a spot even before that, but that's when we actually started to grow right there on Pleasant Grove and Homes, south side Lansing. So yep, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I remember that.
We had the Wall of Fame, so everybody that came through would sign the wall. Yep, we had all the
Oh
signatures.
yeah. Too bad you couldn't take that one and bring it into your building with you.
Yeah, no, we we wanted to clean up a little bit when we went to the next store, but we did. We got some pictures, so we can still have the memories.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to find mine with me and the boys too down there. But
Yeah,
yeah, man. So I always said that you started a big trend in the state and across the world with what's going on with Moneyball. So I had to ask, what else inspired? I know where the nickname came from, but what inspired you to be a clothing sports designer?
man, it just kind of happened, man. I always wanted to be an entrepreneur. So growing up, I was like the neighborhood local barber. So
Mm.
11, 12 years old, 13, I was cutting hair in the bathroom of the Boys and Girls Club. You know, first day of school, prom, graduation, all that stuff. So I was able to buy my first car at the age of 16 off of, at the time, $4 haircuts. Haircuts was a lot cheaper back then.
Yeah,
A
big
lot more
time.
now. But that started that entrepreneurial spirit. So I always, so that made me like, okay, I want to own a business, not knowing
Okay.
business would be one day. But my first year, I was playing overseas in Holland, and Sam Vincent, who's from Lansing, who played it, and obviously Michigan State in the NBA a number of years with Bulls and Boston Celtics and everything. He was our coach over there, and Thomas Kelly from Grand Rapids, who's assistant coach at Michigan State now. He was the other American, so it was me, him. So we had the whole Michigan connection. So
Okay.
being over there and first time making some money and starting to decide, okay, what I want to do now, making some money. I know I wanted to invest it somehow, start some type of business, not knowing what it was going to be. And, just the idea of doing basketball uniforms came to mind. So this was 2001. So that idea came, not knowing how I was going to make it happen. And, God worked in mysterious ways. The following year, 2002, I was playing in the Philippines. And while I was in the Philippines, what happened? I met manufacturers that can do what? Make basketball uniforms. So
there it is.
Here I had this vision and this goal, not knowing how it was going to be accomplished, but I was able to be placed, in a country that allowed me to start that process. And that's kind of how it all started being. I played in 11 different countries professionally. So being able to play in the Philippines, met some manufacturers, and from there, just like everything, it's been about relationships.
That's right.
Just you and I being here right now, but you know how the basketball world is, and that's kind of how we got going. Obviously, you got to have a good product and good customer service and everything, but the relationship allowed me to, like I said, I talked about E.J. Harrelson, who was the first school we did, and from there was Flowers when he was over at Redford, and Purge and Cooley, and we did our Detroit Public School League, and we talk about it's crazy. Throwback Thursday, I posted a picture of Day Day in the second high uniform when we did. They were the first team that we did the team uniforms that won back-to-back state championships. So just through the relationships, man, over the years. But that's essentially how it started. I didn't have a goal of having a clothing or athletic company, but that's just what happened over time. So I'm glad that it played out that way.
Oh yeah, now you then grew into this big multi-mega million facility. I still got to get down there to see it. When we come up to play, you hopefully I get to come and visit it and everything. So that's cool, man. I'm proud of you. It's like you said though, relationships, and that's one thing as a coach I learned. And even meeting you a long time ago, every time we seen each other, we always made sure we spoke. I think I even seen you one day. I was going to the concert, New Edition concert.
Yeah.
And bumped into you down in the D. So relationships is important, man. And hope all the kids listen and hear that. You gotta have that. That's cool though. Oh, excuse me. I'm kind of under the weather right now, so you gotta bear with me, my brother.
Okay, no, all good.
What drives Desmond Ferguson to be the best he can be?
Man, I don't know exactly what drives it. It's always kind of been in me. Growing up in a single parent home.
Yes.
Mother, I'll say I was a mama's boy, but I always wanted to, make her proud and make my family proud. My grandmother, who was, I'll probably say my number one fan or number two next to my mother. She passed away back when I was in middle school, and I always wanted to live out, and have success, because I felt like she was always watching me. And then, just finding different things that would motivate me. Born in Detroit, but raised here in Lansing. But my dad lived walking distance from UAD, and I never seen him during that time. Never really had a relationship, so I wanted to play well so he could hear me. I know we'd be on the news. I know he'd see us on the team, on TV. So it was just different things that would motivate me over time. But every year, every day, every week, it's a different motivation, and the goal is just to be the best I can be and being the best on Moneyball Sportswear. Our goal is to be number one sportswear company in the world. So every day, the goal is to get there, and even taking it back to as a player, I want to be the first one in the gym, last one out. That's with height and ability to shoot the ball, but I wasn't the fastest, quickest, stronger. So I knew I had to outwork others, and I carried that with me from high school to college to pro, and now the ultimate competitive sport, which is business.
That's right. And right now you're shooting your way to the top with it, brother, because Moneyball is everywhere. You see, I got one of my coaching shirts hanging up behind me in honor of you today.
You're always repping for sure. Appreciate it.
Always. Got some more stuff going to get this here too. That's cool though. So I know you've been a hooper, but you just told me something I didn't know. I didn't know you started in Detroit and moved to Lansing. I always thought you was from Lansing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm from Lansing. Well, my mother got a job with the state of Michigan when I was like 2 years old. So I don't have any outside of, it was me and my mother, and then eventually my brother. It's just us three, but all my family, all my cousins, aunts, uncles, grandparents was in Detroit. So that's where I was from, stuff like that. No, but I'm from Lansing. Just was born in Detroit. We moved here when I was very young.
Oh, all right. Well, you still got them ties, because that's gonna lead into one of these big questions I got. I think I kind of spark up a lot of people with it. But you from the Lansing area, you got to give me your top 10 favorite hoopers out of Lansing.
Oh, top 10 favorite hoopers?
And they ain't got to be in no order neither.
Yeah, well, I mean, we got the best PG to ever play the game, so that's
That's,
that's a given in Magic.
yep,
But the
my
guys that
goat.
I really looked up to and tried to pattern my career off
Hmm.
was guys who went on to college and played and kind of went that scenic route and played in the NBA and played overseas. So you talk about Brent Scott, you talk about
Mm,
Carl and Charles Thomas, you talk about Kareem Washington, who went to Loyola Marymount that year after Hank Gathers had passed away, and when they
mhm.
went on to VCU. His brother Sadi Washington, who was 2 years older than me, I would always uh, compete with him. I would always train with him, even in the because he moved to Detroit when I was in
Yeah.
my senior year of college. So we worked out all summer, and he really showed me how to be a pro. So
Mm,
I mean, that I got Magic, I got Brent, Carl and Charles, Kareem, Sadi,
mhm.
uh, obviously Sam and Jay Vincent.
Oh
They
yeah.
up there for show. Marcus Taylor, I mean, all time great.
Mm,
Ron Banks, like yeah, that's I think that's 10. Ramon Loud, that was over at Sexton. Uh,
okay.
yeah, we had a lot of great players that came out of the city of Lansing. Like I said, I may be missing a couple, but those are a few that I can name off the top of the head.
Yeah, and you miss yourself. You got to give it to it.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know, a lot of people won't put themselves out there, but nah, you was on that list with them.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
but
But they
I
they
ain't
they,
forgot.
they allowed me to dream and know it was possible because they showed me the
Yeah,
route. You think
that's
about
right.
Carlos and Charles, who went from Lansing Everett to a mid major in Eastern Michigan, and they went to I think the Elite Eight, and then they played
Hmm.
in the CBA, which was like how the G League is now, and had call ups in the NBA and overseas. And my career was similar to that, as well as Brent Scott too. Being able to play with the Indiana Pacers and making good money and playing overseas. So they showed me that it could happen. I saw
Yeah.
I saw it in real time, was able to follow their careers, and then pattern my career after theirs.
Hmm. And that's what a lot of our young athletes got to take. Seeing guys like yourself who watch older guys who got there and worked hard, like here in Sagan, I always tell people, you got to watch Day Day and Jay Rich and Anthony Roberson, T Rowe. Watch them guys that made it. Even in the football with Whitley and Rogers, them guys made it.
Yeah,
Pattern something that they did and work hard too. Because me personally, I think a lot of them don't want to work, and a lot of them don't know their history no more.
right.
Because I believe if they knew their history, they would respect the game more. You
Yeah,
know,
no, ain't no question about it. But yeah, they don't know their history. They ain't really watching the game or watching out for it. It's more so me I. You know what I'm saying, as opposed to
that's true.
we and checking out those and learn about those that
Mhm.
came before you.
That's right. So, what's some of your future plans with Moneyball?
Man, still, continue to grow and reach that goal of, being the number one sportswear company in the world.
Yes,
Continue to
sir.
grow our sales team to, get more sports in more schools. Obviously, we do all sports, and that, for instance, like we do y'all basketball uniforms. But our goal is
Hmm.
to continue to get more schools where we do all the sports and can outfit them from, football team, the volleyball, the soccer, to softball, baseball, the whole thing. So as we continue to grow, that's a goal of mine from the uniform side, and then from the retail side is to continue to grow our brick and mortars and our e-commerce online sales. So it's just it's an every day, every week, every year battle to continue to grow that, especially with just like life. Business has its ups and downs. Being
That's
in business
right.
for 21 years, overcoming the financial crashes back in 08, 09, the recent pandemic that we had. So
Hmm.
we got to be able to navigate and go through those things. And it's not all, even though we've been in business 21 years, it's not all, in a sense, peachy creamy. We go through our ups and downs like any other business, and you
That's
see a lot
true.
of business have, went out of business over the last year or two
Hmm.
because of everything that's going on. Because we're basically in a recession now. But yeah, just overall growth, from the uniform side and from the retail side of business.
That's right. And if y'all don't know, I ordered some football jerseys. My last year coaching, we had Moneyball football jerseys.
Yeah, yeah, for
And,
sure. Sure
and
did.
beautiful. I hated that we had to wear the white ones in grass. I
Oh
always tried
yeah,
to save them when we played on turf,
yeah.
because they was too pretty. I know then we went to one school and the opposing team was like, Coach, where y'all get them from? Them bad. I'm like, these money ball. Next
Yeah.
thing you know, they yelling at their coach, we want them. So you put out some great work, man. So I applaud you and appreciate it.
I
For real.
appreciate you rocking with us, man, for sure.
Yes, sir. All the time. So what advice would you give to any youngster that's trying to get into the game, what you doing? and get their business right? If you could give them some advice.
Yeah, I always say, do something that you're passionate about. We live
Mm,
in a time now where everybody just want to chase the bag, and there's really no mission or purpose, behind chasing the bag. Just want to try to get to the money,
mhm.
and oftentimes, you fail that way. And
Yeah,
like, as I mentioned through business, it's going to be times where it's tough. That just like anything, sports, that you may want to quit, but you got to keep, fighting through it. So
that's
that's
right.
when the passion kicks in, and something that you love. If it's not something that you love or care about, then you're gonna let it go, and you're not gonna sustain in business. So first of all, having passion with whatever route you go in business. Then second of all, what we learn from the game of sports, and that's having a great work ethic. I think
Mhm.
for us coming up, and more so our age was, hard work and having a good work ethic was a given. Now
Yeah,
it's almost a talent. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
These young folks don't work as hard as they probably should. Maybe more talent in certain areas, but the work ethic
mhm.
is there. And I've been able to carry the work ethic that I have from playing sports to the business world. So
That's
having that
right.
passion and then having that work ethic, I think allows you to navigate those tough times.
Yes, that's so true right there. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm gonna play part of that back for my boys so they can hear that.
Yeah, no
You
doubt.
know, for real. And so one thing that a lot of y'all don't know, every year Moneyball do this big thing down in Lansing at his former school, him and Magic Johnson school. It's the Moneyball Tip Off Classic. This year is on Saturday, December 9th. Hey, we got some great games as you see on the screen. We take on his former high school. We always had good battles every year we played them. So it's back on again. I see you got Cass Tech coming in the building this year,
Yeah.
as well as you got Saginaw High, Henry Ford, so you got some great teams in here. It's gonna be some good competition. So you guys, if y'all ain't doing nothing December 9th, come down. It's always great. The hospitality, I love the coach's hospitality room. Y'all treat everybody right.
Oh yeah, got to.
And so what made you start the Moneyball tip off?
Well, it's just an extension of what we're about and what we do. For as you going back to the AAU, times
Mm-hmm.
we would travel so much and set up booths at different AAU tournaments, just seeing how
Mm-hmm.
events and tournaments was ran, and then we ended up running our own AAU tournaments, and same thing with the high school basketball tournaments. And it was really built around having something for the teams that wear Moneyball uniforms, to be at. So
Yeah.
the first couple of years it was strictly only Moneyball teams, the teams that rock Moneyball. But we opened it up now to making it even more competitive, and even still half the teams that's in it or more, wear Moneyball.
Mm-hmm.
But just an added event that we can continue to expand the brand, but at the same time having some good competitive, games and a good tournament. And here in Lansing, we I feel there's a lot of opportunity here, being dead smack in the middle of the state. But yeah, we
Mm-hmm.
haven't had an elite or a consistent, high school basketball tournament. You have it out
That's
east
true.
in the Metro Detroit area. Brandon Guyton, what he's done out in Grand Rapids. Out west has been good. Um,
Mm-hmm.
playing a nice one down that way as well. But we haven't had anything, down here in the Lansing area. So that was some motivation as well, because it's everybody can pretty much get here within an hour and a half. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Been in the middle of for instance, if y'all played had to go play on the west side, that's a long drive, or a west side team
Yeah.
come all the way to the east. You know what I'm saying? That's a much longer drive. But being essentially located in the state of Michigan, I felt it was a good opportunity to get teams here and get some good games in.
Yeah. And like I said, this will be our third, third or the fourth one, I think, since you've been
Yeah,
doing it.
this will be number four. Number four. Yep. Yeah,
Yeah. So
number four.
hey,
Yeah.
every time you do it,
Y'all played. Y'all played Waverly some too before too, right? Waverly.
yep, we
Y'all played
played Waverly and Henry Ford.
Huh?
Yeah.
And four.
And we Henry Ford, yep.
Okay.
'Cause I
Yeah.
think when we played Henry Ford, we beat them by a buzzer beater.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. So yeah, what we
Mhm.
try to do is have mid Michigan teams in an area, Lansing area, play teams that's
Mhm.
from outside the area, and get some good games and different matchups that you may not
Yep.
see on average, average throughout the season.
Oh yeah, no, those be big games too, man. I love it. I can't wait. All my family coming in from Kalamazoo and Grand Rapids. They gonna come in and see us, because they don't get to see me coach. So that's why I always tell them, man, I'll be at the Moneyball event. So come that way,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I look forward to it, man. And like I said, we had my 30-minute point, but I want to personally once again thank you, salute you for one being the black businessman that you are, that's setting standards real high for our brothers out here and letting people know that you can grow from a small city to touch the world, and you doing it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, I
and
appreciate it. Yeah, appreciate it for sure, man.
oh yeah, anytime. And man, Des, man, like I said, it was an honor to have you on tonight. You know, thank you for being a part of the More Than the Coach podcast. I look forward to coming down December 9th and checking you out, if not before then, so I can come to the store and shop, because I
Yeah.
got to get in there and get me some more gear. You know, it was practice time coming, so I need it. But man, is there any last thing you like to say before we get out of here tonight?
No, once again, appreciate you having me.
Yes, sir.
You know, that Lansing Saginaw connection for me has been big. You know, and in the time that you spent at Bridgeport, you always said, you know, a lot of people nowadays ain't a person or a man of their word. And you always told me if you got your own program, you was gonna be rocking Moneyball, and you
Yeah.
did that regardless if it's been resistance or not. You pushed and made sure that not only
That's
did you
right.
guys get Moneyball uniforms, you know, on the basketball tip, but then you pushed the football side as well, which we not as known as. So I think, you know, that's always special, because over the years you get so many people that say they're gonna do something and then they don't stand on what they say. So you stood on everything that you said.
Yes,
I love
sir.
the way that you coach a young man, and you know, you coach him about the game of life and not just, you know, sports and basketball or football. So it's always good to chop it up and you know, break bread with a brother like yourself. And so that's why I say,
Thank you.
I'm on here, and anything you need from me, I'm here.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you for that, my brother, for
Yeah.
sure. So everybody, once again, y'all, the man himself, Mr. Moneyball, Desmond Ferguson. Hey, once again, man, you have a good night. You know, you gotta get home to the family, man, after being at work all day.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
go
yeah.
get you some rest, man. And I'll definitely be reaching out to you, talking to you soon, my brother.
All right, sound good, man. Take it easy.
All right. Yes, sir. You too.
All right, y'all.
All right. Yes, sir. Right, y'all. So as y'all see, I have my man Dez on here, Mr. Moneyball, y'all. Supporting, check him out, follow him. Hey, if you want some good gear, you want some high quality gear, especially for your sports teams, y'all tune in and go give them a shot. I forgot to put it up here, but I'll put it up here now so y'all can see. You can get his gear at moneyballsportswear.com. So y'all make sure y'all check it out. And hey, y'all have a great night. It's your boy, Coach Marshall from the More Than the Coach podcast. Sorry I couldn't give y'all the whole 100% of me. Brother been feeling down the last couple of days, but I got to get back right. But y'all have a good night. Peace.